Hi friends, I'm Nitin. I'm going to give you a session on Ansible introduction today. I'm going to teach you how to use Ansible for basic configuration management and orchestration tasks. So when we talk about configuration management, what do you mean by configuration management? We are talking about writing desired state of the servers. The right packages are installed, configuration management, configuration files contains the expected values, have the expected permissions, right services are running or not, and so on. This is all about configuration management. So where the word Ansible came from? It's science fiction reference. Ansible is a fiction communication device that can transfer information faster than the speed of light. Okay. So what is Ansible? Ansible is configuration management tool, as I said earlier. So it is mentioned in the same breath as we do have chef, puppet, and salt. Okay, and it can be used as deployment tool. We can deploy the code, any code like Java code, using this tool. So it makes life easier for a system admin. They can use a single tool like Ansible for both the task configuration management as well as deployment of their code. Next is it can be used as orchestration tool as well. So it behaves like a orchestration tool as well. So what do you mean by orchestration? So it is, kind of sequence. So when we are to execute the task in the sequence, so we may have the situation when we need to bring up the database servers first, then the web servers. So you can design that sequence using Ansible, and it is tightly coupled with AWS. So you can launch the instance in AWS. You can terminate the instance. You can create the volume. You can remove the volume. You can take the snapshots. So all the tasks which you are going to perform on your AWS console, you can perform the task using Ansible playbooks. Okay. So what is Ansible playbook? Ansible playbook is nothing, just kind of script as we do have in shell. So it consists of group name of the server, it consists of group name of the server, and it consists of tasks to be performed. So I will show you how to write playbooks, how to execute playbooks, how to create the inventory for the server. So I will show you all these stuff in my practical session. Okay. So let's read something more about Ansible and working of Ansible, how Ansible works. So why people preference using Ansible? Easy to read, right? So it is very easy to read. Syntax in the playbooks are very easy to read. It is just like a readme file. Okay. As I said earlier, I will write the playbooks in my practical session, and I will show you how to write the playbook, how to execute the playbook against some set of servers. So second good thing about Ansible is no need to install any agent as we as as we have to install in other tools like Puppet, Chef. So in Puppet and Chef, you have to install a agent, but here in Ansible, there is no need to install any agent. Okay, so the prerequisite for using Ansible is prerequisites for Ansible is we must have SSH running, which is already there in all the environment. Okay, Python package 2.5 and above. It should be installed on all the servers all the remote servers which we are going to manage through Ansible, and Python 2.6 plus should be on your control machine on which you are going to install your Ansible package. So this is the requirement, and last is set up the passwordless authentication between your control server and your remote server. So when I talk about when I say control server, it is the server where I will install my Ansible. And one more can add, SFTP should be enabled. So these are all about prerequisites for running Ansible. Okay. So how Ansible works. So let's see how Ansible is working. So when we are executing our playbooks, the playbooks will be converted into Python script. Playbooks will be converted into Python script. Okay. So this is the first step. Then Python script will be copied to the remote host. Okay. Then it will execute the Python script on all the server. Okay. Then it will wait for the script to complete. It will wait for the script to complete the execution on all the hosts. So what is playbook? Playbook is nothing. It is having two major parts. One is group name of the server against which you are performing some task. Desired task. Okay. So you have to mention the group name, and it consists of the actual task which you are going to perform. So this is the playbook. Okay. And one more thing about Ansible, it will execute the task in parallel, not in serial. Okay, it will execute the task in parallel. Suppose in a playbook I have four tasks. Okay, and these four tasks to be executed for some set of servers. It will execute first task on all the servers, will wait until it has been executed on all the hosts. It will not go to the second task until the first task is completed on all the hosts. So this is how it works. Okay. Now let's do some practical session on Ansible. So there are some basic module for Ansible. Let me share my screen and show you. Yeah. So I have launched two EC2 machine. One is Ansible, second is Red Hat server. So those are all Red Hat based servers. So on this machine, I'm going to install Ansible package. So this will be my control machine, and this will be my remote machine, which I'm going to manage through Ansible. Okay. So prerequisite for installing Ansible is we must have package, we must have EPEL package. So let's download EPEL package. You must be aware of this EPEL package, how to install, how to download this package. Let's go ahead and start installing this package. Okay. The package has been installed successfully. Now let's install Ansible package. Here we go. We have installed EPEL release. We have installed Ansible package. So let's start adding one user called Ansible. Set the password for this user. Okay. Let's switch to this user. Do the same stuff on other server. As I said earlier, there is no need to install any package on remote server which you are going to manage through Ansible. Let's just add one Ansible user on your remote machine. Okay. Let's switch to Ansible user. Okay. Now let's set up the password authentication, passwordless authentication between your control machine and remote machine. For that, you have to create .ssh directory inside your Ansible home directory. Okay, let's set permission for this .ssh directory. Go inside this, create your private key here. Yeah, so this is how you will generate the key. Now copy this key and paste it to your remote server host. Create .ssh folder here. Go inside this directory and create a file called underscore key, authorized underscore keys. Paste the content of your public key here. Change the permission of this file. Okay, so we are all set now. So we should be able to connect to our remote machine from Ansible server without password. Okay, so let's try doing SSH to your remote machine. Let's copy the IP address from your remote machine. So this is the IP address. Do SSH, say yes. Yeah, I'm able to connect to the remote machine. So connection is working fine. I'm able to connect to my remote machine without password. So let's execute some modules of Ansible now. Before executing the module, you have to have a inventory file. So let's create the inventory file. So this inventory file will be in JSON format. Okay. So the inventory file will be in JSON format. So here I need to define the group on which I'm going to execute the task. Okay. Mention the IP address of your remote server. So this is my remote server. Mention the IP address of the remote server here. Okay. If you have multiple servers, keep on adding your servers here like this. Okay. But as of now, I just have one server which I'm going to manage. And you might be having some other servers like dev server. So you can just keep on adding those servers here. Okay. Also, you can mention the host name instead of your IP address. So I will comment out these entry as I do not have those servers existing in my environment. Okay. So this is my inventory file. And also you can declare the variable here in your inventory file. Let us suppose color is equal to, okay. So now for every server in production group, the variable name, variable value, variable name is color and the value of variable is white. Okay. So this is how you can define the variable in your inventory. So let's not use as of now. Let's keep it simple. So let me open it again. So this is my inventory file. So there are more formats which you can use in your inventory file. Like you can you can mention the host name. You can use operators like and or. So you can refer documentation of Ansible to see how can we use those operators in your inventory file. Okay, so let's go ahead and run your ping module. So module name is ping. So M to specify your module name, I argument to specify your inventory file, and this is my group name. Okay, so let's execute this module. So it says success. It says success, and the output is ping pong. So what does that mean? I'm able to connect to my remote machine through Ansible user. Okay, I'm able to connect to my remote machine through Ansible user. Let's do one thing. Let's break this passwordless authentication. Okay. What I'll do, I have renamed authorized underscore keys file on my remote machine. Now, if you log in into your remote machine through SSH, it is asking for the password, right? So now there is no passwordless authentication between your control machine and your remote machine. So now let's run your ping module once again and see the output. It says unreachable. However, my server, remote server is up and running, but in the output it says unreachable and message is authentication failed. Okay, so unreachable is true. See, so this is the requirement of Ansible. So we must have passwordless authentication set up between your control machine and your remote machine. So let's revert it back and check it once again. Yes. So again, I started getting the output as ping pong. So we are good to go. We have executed ping module. So if you want to run any shell command on your remote machine, then there is an module provided by Ansible called command. Okay, give the argument with your module command here. So here you need to mention the command which you need to run a remote machine, like uname hyphen a. Let's run it. Here got the output. So this is the output of your uname hyphen a command. So from remote server. Okay. So let's do one thing. Let's try to open a file. Log message. So it says that permission denied. So why is it so? Because my Ansible control machine is connecting to my remote machine Red Hat server using Ansible user. Okay, and Ansible user, that is a normal user, doesn't have access to open this message file. Okay, so the same message you can see here. So what we need to do, we have to make this Ansible user as sudo user. So for doing that, let's add this user in wheel group. Okay, let's switch to Ansible user once again and do sudo to Ansible, do sudo to root. Yeah, now Ansible user is now the sudo user. Okay, so now try running this command once again. It is still filling with the same message. So why is it so? Because we have to give the argument hyphen s to say that, to instruct Ansible that we need to do sudo to the remote machine to execute the command. Okay, so I'm giving hyphen s as an argument with my command. Let's execute it once again. It it still says that module failure. So it was still not able to execute this command. Why is it so? See, if you are executing, if you are executing this command on your remote machine using sudo, so it will ask for sudo password, right? It will ask for sudo password, but in my machine, actually, it is there in my cache. That's the reason it is not asking for any password here, because once you do sudo su hyphen, it will keep the password in cache for some time, and after cache expiration time, it will remove the password, and again it will start asking for the root password or sudo password. Okay, so when Ansible is doing SSH to my remote machine and running this command with sudo, it is asking for the password, and hence it says that module failure. So now there are two solutions for this problem. One is either we can add our Ansible user on my remote machine in wheel group, which is set as no password in sudo. So let's open your sudo file and see. Currently, wheel group is without no password option, right? So what we can do, we can just comment this entry and uncomment the entry which has no password attribute. Let's save it and run it once again. Here we go. Now it is showing me the output of var log message file. Okay, and the second way is you can just say here ask sudo pass. It will ask for the password which it needs to enter on your remote machine. So it will ask for the Ansible password basically. Okay. So now in this case, I do not need to use ask sudo pass because I have already added my Ansible user in wheel group, and wheel group entry is with no password argument in my etc sudo file. Okay. So let's start writing some playbooks. Let's make a directory called playbooks. Go inside this directory, okay, and copy your inventory file in this directory. Okay. Now your playbooks will be having the extension as YML because this is Ansible use YML as a language. Okay, this is yet another markup language, and for templating it uses Jinja 2 language, and these two languages are very easy to pick up. Okay, so these are not very hard, so very these are not very complex, so you can just you know pick those two languages very easily. Let's start writing your playbook. So hyphen hyphen hyphen, it starts with hyphen hyphen hyphen. Give your group name here. So in my inventory I have defined the group name as prod. Okay, say become is yes. Okay, then say yeah, then write your task here and start writing your task. So give the name of your task here. Let us suppose I'm going to add a user using Ansible playbook. Add user, mention your module name. The module name for adding the user is user. Say name is equal to user which you want to add. Suppose I wanted to add one user with name and ABC. Okay, and let's add the group also before adding this group user. Sorry, so I'm going to add one group also, and group. a group name is suppose grp, okay, and say state is equal to region. So what it will do, it will just add the group named group grp, okay. Now add the user abc and add this group, add this user into the group grp, and say state is equal to present, okay. So what it will do, it will add the user abc. The first task will do what, it will add the group grp, okay. Second task will do what, it will add the user abc and will add the user in group grp, okay. If user is already existing, then it will not do anything. If user is existing, then it will add the user in group, add the user, and then add the user is in grp, like this, okay. And also there are some other options which you can use, like uid, you can say 502, okay. So you can mention the, you can say the command here, ansible user, okay. So you can add the command here, okay. Let's save it, run your playbook. So before running the playbook, I will just execute the playbook in check mode, okay, to see the syntactical errors. If there is any syntax error, then it will show you here. So is there any error? No errors. Okay. Let's remove hyphen hyphen check option. Execute the playbook once again. Yeah. For adding the group, it was executed successfully. Hence, it says that changed. But for adding the user, it says that UID 502 is not unique. Okay. So let's go to your remote machine and see your etc passwd file. 502 is already existing, so we cannot use the same UID for two users, right? So we have to use 504. Let's use 504. Okay, let's execute the playbook once again. Yeah, changed. So if you execute the same playbook once again, then see the difference. Earlier it says that changed, right? Add user task, it says that changed. And for when I'm running it again, it says okay. So what does that mean? Idempotency. Okay. Every configuration management tool is having the feature idempotency. So idempotent. Okay. So what does that mean? What is idempotency? What is idempotent? Idempotent is basically if you are going to add a user or if you are performing any task, okay, and if it is already there on your remote machine, it will not do anything. Unlike your shell script where you have to write some conditions with if else, if user is existing, do this, if user doesn't exist, do this. So in Ansible or in any configuration management tool, you just need to define the desired state. Okay. I just need to say, let's open the playbook once again. I just need to say state present. So if group is already there, it will not do anything. If it is not there, then it will just add the group. So this is idempotent. Okay. And also we can you just open it once again in remote machine. So command field, you can see the command which I have added in my playbook. It is having the same command. And also you can mention the shell. If you want to use KSH, then you can mention in your playbook saying shell is equal to KSH or whatever. So like this. Okay. Let's use some other modules. Let's use file module. File module is basically to add a file, to create the file. Okay. So let's suppose I want to create a file, ansible.txt. Okay. In fact, it is path, not name. Say state is equal to present, not present. It would be touch. So what it will do, it will create the blank file on my remote machine in the location /tmp. Okay, and also you can change the mode of this file. Let us suppose you want to keep the file, you want to set the permission for this file as 644, and owner should be root or group should be root. Okay, let's save and exit, run your playbook once again. So you can run your single playbook many times. So for the task which are already executed, it will just say okay, and for the new task, it will just say changed. Okay. Now let's go to your remote machine, go inside /tmp and see the file. File is created. Okay. So you can see the mode. It is 644. You can see the owner, root, group, root. And if you want to change the owner and group, you just need to mention here. Let's suppose I want to change the owner of this file to ABC and group ownership to be GRP. Let's save and exit. Run your playbook once again. Go to your remote server and see. Now the ownership has been changed to ABC. User ownership has been changed to ABC and group ownership has been changed to GRP. So this is how it works. Okay. So let's explore some more modules. Let's install some package. Install package. Let's install tree package. Okay. First of all, before installing tree package, let's see if tree package is already there on your remote server or not. Yeah, it is already there. So let's remove this package. Remove. Okay. Run tree command once again. Now tree package is no more on the remote machine, and I'm going to install tree package from my Ansible control machine. For that, I will use yum module. Say yum name is equal to tree. So see how easy it is. Okay, we just need to write the state in which I want to have my service. I want to create my user, create my file. So you just need to write your state, desired state. So say tree package name is equal to tree, state is equal to installed. So it will just install your tree package on your remote machine. Execute the playbook once again. Go to your remote machine. Run tree command once again. It is still being executed. So it is installing your tree package. See, it says changed. Okay. So execute your tree pack command once again on your remote machine, and yeah, tree package has been installed successfully. If you want to remove it, you just need to replace your state from installed to absent. Okay, execute your playbook once again. So it will remove the tree package from your remote machine. Run it once again. It is still there. Yeah, it should be removed now. Yeah, it is removed. So this is how we can create Ansible playbooks. So this is This is the introduction of Ansible. So in my next session, I will explore more and more modules of Ansible. I will explore service module. I will explain. There are a lot of module in Ansible. So I will explore most of the modules here in this session. Okay, and then slowly we can go to the creation of roles and creation of doing the encryption, creation of some new modules. So I will describe those things in my next session. Thank you guys.